Happy Monday, Yellow Jacket fans. Hard Hat Jack here. Just wanted to give a quick basketball preview for both men's and women's basketball real quick. There's a lot of basketball games. I've been wanting to do some basketball previews because I also follow Jacket Hoops, and it's important that we support all of our teams and not just football. And then one team over here and one team over there. We need to support every program of our favorite school. So that's what I'm doing. Tech basketball starts tonight, 7:30, and they will play Maryland Eastern Shore. It's only the third time we've ever played them, but the first since 1984, 1985. Should be a fairly winnable game. Maryland Eastern Shore did not have a very good season last year. I think they were 6-25 overall, 2-12 in league play. FPI right now has us winning that game at 97%. So I'd say that's a pretty solid chance. But then again, my quota on all Yellow Jacket sports is to never disrespect an opponent because anybody can beat you. Never overlook any game, and none whatsoever. Every game on the schedule is winnable and losable. Hopefully Damon has the guys coming in focused, and it's a very different team this year than what we've had in previous years. We return by Ndongo, Kawasi Reeves Jr., and one other big player. But Duncan Powell went to Providence, and Nathan George went to Syracuse. But we also have a lot of newcomers: Chaz Kelly, Cam Kraft, Lamar Washington, and Peyton Marshall. I think I got those names right. And we have a big freshman class coming in that everybody, especially Damon, is excited for, which is led by one of the top 50 impact players, Mohamed Sila. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's one of the top 50 college impact players this year. I don't know if he'll get much playing time, seeing as though he's a freshman, but we'll see. Right now, the pollsters aren't very high on us, which honestly I didn't expect them to be. I expected us to finish in the bottom, projected to be in the bottom tier of the ACC, and honestly, I feel like that's about right. I mean, you really look at it, guys. Damon has yet to show that we could really make a splash, and my bar for men's basketball is make the tournament. That's really my bar right now. Make the tournament and anything can happen. That's kind of my view on men's college basketball at Georgia Tech. I want exciting games at the Thriller Dome to come back. And it all starts tonight. And also we have a game on Friday, which I will be attending. I've said this before. My family and I will be attending the game on Friday against Bryant, who it is a better opponent. They went to the big dance last year. They didn't get very far. They lost to Michigan State in the first round, but they made it in. So that should be an interesting contest. I think I'll do these just kind of week by week since there's so many games. I'm not going to do one for every game. That's just kind of redundant. So I'm going to cover the whole week of basketball right here, right now. Bryant should be a better game, but I foresee 2 Jacket wins in those games, and we should want to beat lesser competition. But like I said, no opponent, as we saw like against North Florida and others last year, no opponent is unbeatable. And these teams are making the tournament. That they're, at least Bryant, they're a solid program. Maryland Eastern Shore really not, but that doesn't mean they can't have a good game, and they're not going to bring their best players. And 13th out of 18 sounds about right, because we were only 500 across the board last year. We had a late season surge last year once Powell and McCarron, I think that was his name. I'm a little shaky on basketball, but once those two guys came back, we started to pick up a little. The offense started to score. We looked better in transition, looked better on the fast break. Everything started to come to a head, but we just couldn't overcome a rocky start, and we're just a middle of the pack team. So what I want us to be this year is at very least a bubble team, and I want to get like an 8th or 9th seed. I don't think that's too much to ask in the tournament. I feel like we can do it. I feel like even though the ACC is always going to be a landmine of basketball competition, I think that's possible. Shifting over to the women, they're kind of going through a transition too. Nell Fortner retired, and they hired Karen Blair, who I think was at Maryland before that, and she saw success there. So I'm excited to see what she's going to bring to the Flats. We're returning Cara Dunn, Toni Morgan, and Kayla Blackshear this year, which I think should really help out the team. They started out really good, really fast last year. They won like the first 13 games before that dramatic January loss at home to Virginia Tech. The Russian girl's also coming back. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that name. But, or is it, was the Russian or the other one, Ines? I don't know. But one of them's coming back, so should be a solid year. We got Savannah Samuel and one other big transfer. They got Radford and Princeton this week. Two teams with recent women's tournament berths, so those should both be a challenge for the Thursday game against Radford and then the Sunday game against Princeton. I'm looking forward to see what they bring to the table too. It's a whole lot of question marks about the two jacket teams this year, but I really feel like if one or two things goes different, we could have a surprise team. I want to believe in Damon on the men's side. I want to believe that he can put together a winning team, but we need to execute. We need to win ball games. We need to win at home. We need to garner some excitement. I want to go to more games. I'm going on Friday, and I would like to have basketball as another tradition that I go to on the Flats. You couldn't keep me away. The layover from the Syracuse game to the Pitt game in football was just too much, so I had to go to a game. I can't stay away from the Flats too long. But I want a reason to go to the Thriller Dome. I want a reason to be excited about basketball. I'm excited for the women's. I think they'll be pretty good. I think they'll finish probably top tier of the ACC, maybe make a run in the conference tournament, but I want to see that out of the guys too. I want to see both of those teams really surprise the critics on how far we can go, because right now the critics have every reason to doubt us, because we've been that team that kind of shows glimmers of hope but doesn't endure. You have to persevere through a basketball season. You can't just play 2 or 3 good games and call yourself a contending team. You got to keep going at it every single week. So right now I would say if we can, on the men's side, get to maybe like 5 games over 500 all told, that'd be good. Same thing for the women's, just kind of the same record. But right now, I'll get into projections later, but the game's about to start. Go Jackets.